This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Frankton's new $6.4 million slip road has been officially opened, connecting to State Highway 6. A group of dive students were treated to a close encounter of the sea lion kind in Otago Harbour. And a southern family remains at the mercy of floods, which sweep into their house every couple of years. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Simon Anderson. Frankton's new slip road has been officially opened. The $6.4 million project, which started last September, joins an existing underpass at the Shotover Bridge with a single lane connection to the Frankton-bound lane of State Highway 6.
We declare the Quail Rise Tuckers Beach slipway open.
Queenstown Mayor Jim Bolt officially opening Frankton's new slip road. As traffic volume on State Highway 6 continues to grow, the slip road should provide safer access for right-turning Quail Rise and Tucker Beach commuters than the Tucker Beach Road intersection. For Quail Rise resident Greg Thompson, the event is the culmination of over 5 years' work.
Well, it's really great to see it in the last 6 months, to see it all coming together, to see the how such a simple idea, how complicated it turned out to be, but it's really great that it's open now, and I'm just can't wait to drive my own car up and have a go.
Construction on the $6.4 million project began last September, but Thompson says the idea for the slip road occurred to him way back in 2014.
I was in the intersection one day waiting to get out across the highway, State Highway 6, and there was a queue of people in front of me waiting to get across, and I was thinking there must be a better way to do this.
He figured the solution lay in an underpass.
And then suddenly the light bulb moment of, hey, there's an underpass already going under the bridge where all the trucks go, and all we need is a slip lane. So then I started writing letters to NZTA and put some publicity in the mountain scene.
And while it took years to finally happen, he's thankful he was listened to in the first place. The last section of the highway set to be sealed in about a fortnight, making for a much safer commute for local residents. In Queenstown, The South Today.
A teenage girl has denied the attempted murder of a Dunedin police officer. The 14-year-old, who also faces 2 counts of assault, appeared in the youth court at Dunedin yesterday, where Defence Counsel Anne Stevens confirmed the denial. The defendant appeared at the hearing by audio-visual link from a facility in the North Island, but was hopeful of getting bail. The judge noted there were no mental health reports on file. Restrictions around youth court reporting mean no details which could lead to the identity of the defendant can be broadcast or published. A group of dive students were treated to a close encounter with a pair of friendly sea lions, which was caught on video in Otago Harbour. Dive Otago marketing manager Virginia Watson says the video was shot beside the wreck of the Paluna at Aramoana Mole yesterday. Sea lions were frequently at the spot, but yesterday was quite special as the playful creatures joined the divers in what's known as a swim-through. Watson says the students were very excited to see the sea lions close up, and to see them playing like this together was extra special. Highlanders and All Blacks fullback Ben Smith may have played his last game for the Highlanders. Smith has been ruled out for 6 to 8 weeks with a high hamstring injury. He picked it up in the last 10 minutes of the side's draw with the Chiefs on Saturday night. The team has 5 games left in the regular season before the playoffs. He's playing his final season with the franchise before heading to France after the World Cup to play for Pau. A Milton family is at the mercy of floods which sweep into their house every couple of years. When the Lambert family bought their cottage in 2006, it had been 15 years since the last big flood hit the South Otago town. Since then, they've tried many ways to mitigate the situation, but have faced obstacles at every turn. RNZ reporter Tess Brunton visited the Lamberts at their Milton home.
Chris and Stephanie Lambert had barely moved into the new home in Milton when the town experienced its largest flood on record. Water flowed through the house, reaching a depth of about a handspan inside. It was more than knee-deep on the rest of their section. Since then, it's flooded approximately every 2 to 3 years. The last flood was in November. Mr Lambert says the regular flooding damages their property, their mental health, and the water is often contaminated.
Well, everything goes underwater. There's not a lot of tide marks around here because there's nothing to leave a mark on anything, but there's one there which is definitely higher than that dog kennel. You find dead animals floating around that come washing off the hills.
2007, I think it went through the sewage treatment station, so, you know, everything you've got to treat it as contaminated as well.
Yeah, it's a contaminated site every time we flood there.
He says the memory of water rising towards his front door will never go away.
Once it starts coming over the main road, within about an hour, the whole section's underwater. As soon as it busts over the main road, that's it. Oof, the river moves over to this road.
The property is near Milton's industrial zone, nestled between two branches of the Tokomariro River. During floods, their street and property becomes part of the river, flowing down the floodway corridor. The Clutha District Council says the area is clearly shown as flood-prone in the 1998 district plan. It also detailed the floodplain in a flood risk management strategy published by the Clutha District Council and the Otago Regional Council in 2012. Chris Lambert says they knew the property was at risk of floods, but they thought it would be an issue every decade or two, not every couple of years.
It was a quaint 100-year-old cottage. Outside there were gardens all around the house. The flood's taken all those away. It was a really nice house. That room in there was fully wallpapered, but the first flood, the dampness from it all made all the wallpaper fall off. So that was a waste of time. We didn't do it. But it was a nice house when we built the place.
The Clutha District Council says the only real solution for flood-prone dwellings is to raise them above the expected flood height. Mr Lambert says they tried to raise the house or buy a relocatable home after receiving a $31,000 settlement from their insurer. But he says the bank told them the money needed to be used to ensure they didn't default on their mortgage. Mr Lambert says they're stuck because no one will buy a house that can't be insured for flooding, and they can't afford to raise the house or move and risk defaulting on their mortgage. Stephanie Lambert says they've lost priceless keepsakes, furniture and electrical goods to the floodwaters, and the stress and costs keep rising.
You know, I do think, where could we be? You know, we didn't even want to be in this house by this stage. It was a start out. The kids were small, you know. I think how different our lives could have been if we hadn't been flooded, if we had been able to get the bigger house. Lots of things, the what ifs. Because it really mentally just drains you and having to deal with everything that comes with it.
Their son, 16-year-old Cairo, helps to protect their home when there is a flood warning. He and his brother Logan, who is 13, grew up in the house.
Lifting things up, I guess.
Packing up stuff.
Packing up stuff. Yeah, because Logan was, I think the first time he was old enough to be helping with stuff, he was quite scared of everything. Obviously, you would be. And yeah, we didn't have, that was like we had an hour's time with that one.
Their cat Missy went missing during the 2015 flood.
In 2015, yeah, it had started flooding in the house while we were packing everything up. And we were trying to keep track of everything, trying to keep track of where the cats were, hoping they'd be fine, but that didn't happen.
The Lamberts plan to ask the Clutha District Council to buy them out or help relocate them out of their home. In the meantime, they're bracing for the next big flood. In Milton for Checkpoint, Cortez Brunton, Tane.
Still to come on the South today, we check in with a couple of Christchurch schools as they prepare for a rescheduled Polyfest. See you after the break.
Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Shall I make some scones?
No Maiano, welcome back. The son of a rocker and a supermodel has signed with the Sky City Stampede ice hockey team for the 2019 season. Rod Stewart and Rachel Hunter's son Liam Stewart is expected to arrive in Queenstown within the next fortnight. The 24-year-old British-born Stewart holds a New Zealand passport through his mother and will use it to play as a local in the New Zealand Ice Hockey League. Stewart's plied his trade in the United States and has represented Great Britain at the World Championships. Hours of preparation goes on behind the scenes to get ready for Polyfest Canterbury. Teaching the Marian College and St Thomas of Canterbury groups are former Polyfest participants who are making sure students continue to have a way to express their culture. CTV headed down to talk to the students about what Polyfest means to them.
Let's go. All right. Are we ready? 9:30 start for the boys, practice, and it goes to 12.
Yeah, tutor's pretty good. Yeah, sometimes a bit sad. It's pretty hard on us, eh?
Hold us there, over there. Ready, again.
We have the first practice back in about a month, so we've had a bit of a rest. We didn't even know it was on, but yeah, we'll be ready on the day.
So originally our Polyfest was postponed. We just had to reschedule a few practices and sort of slot our practices into places that suit the boys. Obviously school comes first. So high school kids have got a lot on their plate, from the word go, from 9 o'clock in the morning till they start their first period, second period, all the way through. We just try and slot ourselves in those moments so that when it comes to after school, when we get them, that it's just fresh in their mind, the moves, the songs, everything, the actions.
Right, repeat again. Ia manuia. Ia manuia. O tau mātua. O tau mātua. Whapea le au auna le atua. Whapea au auna le atua. Sole. Not au.
Every time we have practice, we try to record every practice and then go home, and whatever time we can scavenge for, like any time, whether it's half an hour, we'll try to get together, watch the video and kind of play back what we need to work on.
Again, one more time. Sorry, it's not sharp enough, please.
So this is like our first practice in a while, trying to get back into it before Polyfest.
Yeah.
Again. Once more. Girls focus.
Nowhere near ready. Oh, to my, what I want, no, we're not ready. Yeah. Hopefully by next week, Wednesday, because we've got Fear Night on Thursday, we'll be ready. Time's really not on our side at the moment, and so just to really practice at home, like do extras, really make use of this time.
A lot of hours, they have to be very dedicated. Yeah, a lot of time being put into this. So this has been an unfortunate circumstance with, you know, what has happened here in Christchurch that you know, had been postponed, and rightly so. And so now this is something very different for the girls, where now they have to get back onto that practice wagon again and go again.
After the break on the South Today, thousands of prospective students flocked to a tertiary open days, and the smell of burning rubber floated across Ashburton recently thanks to a motor racing event.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs. Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today. Phone 03 488 2754.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Autumn is here and it's too late to sow seed. But don't despair, Ready Lawn is the answer to all your garden woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 027 22 88 190.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garrador keeps his favourite right in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Ricky here from Beds R Us Dunedin, your local sleep specialists. Come in and try our huge touchscreen sleep selector, taking the hard work out of choosing the right bed for you. See you here.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Thanks for staying with us. 5,000 secondary schools pupils from across the South Island visited Otago Polytechnic and the University of Otago for the Tertiary Open Days yesterday. The annual Open Days give senior secondary school pupils the chance to visit the Dunedin campuses and investigate the degrees they want to study for. They can also attend talks by academics and tour the facilities. Southern Girls High School pupils Danica Collins and Jade Wynn took their chance to have their hair curled by Otago Polytechnic hairstyling students Kayla McKenzie and Sarah Elliott. The Ashburton Car Club held its Motorkana recently on the grounds of Silver Fern Farms in Fearton. Part of the Wheels Week Plus, the annual event was held for the first time at the new venue, with many drivers holding nothing back.
Taking the car for a spin. Ashburton Car Club Vice President Daniel Chew says their recent Motorkana was a screaming success, with some competitors choosing to take the course mostly sideways.
This involves all makes and models of cars, from your daily driver to drift cars to full race cars.
The event was won by Neil Gardner in his LVVTA car. Drivers completed 8 laps of the twisty circuit, and Gardner's combined time of 108.46 seconds was the quickest at the end of the day. Chew says the club runs the event for its members and is a way of promoting legal and safe motor racing.
We do this as roughly about a minute course. It's a set course where you can go straight or as sideways as you want. This way it gets people off the street and people get to have a lot of fun.
Second place went to Craig Dunshay in a Mitsubishi GTO at a time of 111.2 seconds, and third was Malcolm Lovett in his Mitsubishi Mirage, clocking up 113.6 seconds. The competition is open to drivers of all ages, with the youngest entrant too young to legally hold a conventional driver's licence.
Test your driving skills, just an awesome location, thanks to Silver Ferns. We have ages from 12 up to old people, which are probably in the car beside me, which we won't see.
36 competitors entered, with 12-year-old Timaru local Will Kitching finishing in 21st place. Drivers didn't have to be club members, but vehicles needed to be roadworthy and to a warrantable standard. Along with the Motorkana, the Ashburton Car Club is also set to hold a static display on the East Green on Friday and a street sprint in the Ashburton Industrial Estate on May the 11th and 12th. In Ashburton, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Frankton's new $6.4 million slip road has been opened. It joins the underpass at Shotover Bridge, connecting with State Highway 6. A group of dive students were treated to a close encounter with a pair of friendly sea lions, which was caught on video in Otago Harbour. And a Milton family at the mercy of frequent floods says they feel trapped with a house that's had sewage flowing through it. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig.
Good evening. Yeah, we've got a bit of an unusual story and one that will be dear to many people's hearts. The OUSA is asking the council to help it make a case for cheaper beer. The issue was raised at the annual plan hearing today that the OUSA wants to encourage students to drink in licensed premises. Obviously there's concerns about cheap alcohol from supermarkets, etc., and going back to flats and drinking, but the only way to achieve that is by cheaper alcohol.
Right.
So yeah, they've asked the DCC to help them out with that. The DCC is going to consider it as the submission for their annual plan, and we'll see where we go from that. But I guess it's not just students that would like cheaper alcohol, I can say that. On our fresh food pages, we've got a bit of a rises from the Ashes story. We catch up the owners at number 7 Belmac. Of course, that restaurant was badly damaged by fire 10 months ago.
Yeah.
sort of threw them into a bit of disarray. They've had a pop-up store down in the Octagon in the meantime, but finally looking to head back. So they've sort of had a bit of a yarn to us, told us about the real concern about being out of business for 10 months. Also, we've got some delicious recipes, including an upside-down chocolate, hazelnut and pear cake, so that's well worth a look.
Right.
And finally in sport, bad news today for the Highlanders with Ben Smith confirming he's going to be out for up to 8 weeks with his hamstring strain. That'll be the last the Highlanders will see him, of course, as well, because he's off overseas at the end of the year. I guess the only glimmer of good news is that he will be available for the World Cup for the All Blacks. Right. I think many of us on Saturday night had our hearts in our mouths when he went down, but it's going to be all good in the long run. Yeah, it didn't look flash at all. We thought the worst, but just a hamstring injury, which is a bit of a surprise. So,
Right.
Bad for the Highlanders, but good for the All Blacks.
That's great. Thanks very much, Craig.
Cheers.
And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view, Southern Gothic at its best, Dunedin St Paul Cathedral. Looking at the situation, a weak front will bring increasing cloud and scattered light rain to southern districts later tomorrow as mild northerly airflow eases. A northwesterly airflow on Thursday and Friday should bring mostly fine weather. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport, you should prepare for rain and 17 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim, you're due for showers and you're also looking at a high of 17. In Canterbury, expect a cloud or two. Plan for a high of 18 degrees in Kaikoura, cloudy and 17 in Christchurch. Ashburton is also set for grey skies with a pleasant 19 degrees. In the southern towns, plan for light to moderate northerlies, rain later and 16 degrees for Balclutha, the Catlins and Gore, while Lumsden should reach 15 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, light northerlies and some high clouds are the order of the day over here. Wanaka has high cloud increasing at 18, similar for Alexandra but warmer on 19. Queenstown is in for rain later and 17 degrees, and in Te Anau you're looking at 15 degrees and rain later on as well. Up to the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru, you have moderate northeasterlies, mostly cloudy skies, and appeared on 15 degrees. Twizel and Domarama, prepare yourselves for light northerlies and 19 degree highs. In Dunedin, mostly cloudy tonight with moderate northeasterly winds and an overnight low of 10. A little milder tomorrow with cloud increasing and lowering with moderate breezy northeasterlies and some brief rain possible in the late afternoon. Looking at a high of 15 and a low of 11. Becoming fine and sunny on Thursday with warmer temperatures and moderate northerly winds. Looking at an excellent high for May of 20 degrees and a low of 13. Heading to Invercargill. High cloud tonight with moderate northerly winds and an overnight low of 11 degrees. Mostly dry tomorrow with high cloud increasing and thickening during the morning, but some light rain developing from the mid-afternoon. Expect a 17 degree high with a low of 12 degrees. Mostly fine with sunny periods and high cloud on Thursday and light northeasterlies. You should have a high of 16 degrees and an overnight low of 11. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.